What's going on, guys? OTB Spreads here, coming to you guys live for the MLB Pick Show. And Vegas doesn't want you on these sides, guys. They are pricing you out or they're hiding next level data from you today on this slate. This is a better slate to not be exposed to every single game. So I'm going to glaze over a couple of these games and not cover them. We're going to just dive straight into the stuff that actually has an edge and go from there, guys. So let's jump in. This first one up, it's going to be the Phillies taking on the Baltimore Orioles. But before we do, just remember, go to the descriptions tab, sign up for Blowout Alert. That's what you're looking at, guys. That is this site, best data and research tool. We've done tons of updates. I'm going to drop a quick tutorial just to go over some stuff for you. We also send out email lists on what we're updating. We send out game lines, best bets, all kind of stuff just to be a free user. Go ahead, sign up today. Click in the descriptions tab. Blowout Alert. Now, if you want my best bet for tomorrow, I have my elite POTD play of the day. That is posted on my winnable link, as well as my full MLB slate or Big Baller Elite if you want the tennis lock as well, guys. So go ahead, sign up with code word EDGE, and let's get into this slate. First up, we have the Phillies taking on the Orioles. But look, I want to point something out with these Phillies, man. Phillies rank almost dead last, or they're number 20 out of 30 when it comes to hitting righties. We already know they're dead last pretty much when it comes to lefties. We've talked about that all season long. Kyle Bradish is a righty. Zach Wheeler has struggled as of late. 6-5, giving up 11 hits in his last two, 7 earned runs in his last 2 starts. It's been a while, but like I said on yesterday's show, we're going to take Sanchez. We're going to take it as a spot play. We're going to believe that the pitching gets it done. For me here, it would be the same thing, minus 132 on the Phillies. There is some enticing money line here for the Orioles. I think this game will be close enough where they keep it competitive. But I do believe that Zach Wheeler can wheel and deal their way to a win. If you wanted to give a look at the first 5 innings on the Phillies, I would. But my only thing with that is the offense has struggled at times to generate runs. They've kind of struggled in this series. They showed up today. I expect them to do more of the same. Give me the Phillies here, minus 132 on the full game money line. Next up is Nationals, Braves. I really don't have a pick on this one, guys. For me, I think I would like to give a look at the Nats with Cavalli, but the Nats offense has not looked good in this series. They really haven't looked good in the last week or two. They are one of the better teams in the league when it comes to hitting both sides of the plate. They've been one of the better offenses. This would be the spot to show up if it is Waldrop who they roll out tomorrow. It's still to be determined as far as the Atlanta Braves starter goes. But for me at the moment, I think I'd lean Nationals, but I probably won't play that at all. Next up, another game we're going to gloss over, not something I want to cover on the slate, be Cardinals, Blue Jays. I think for me, I would lean on the over in this one, and that is it. I don't really want action on either side. Cardinals bats have went cold. Liberatore has been inconsistent. Max Scherzer, we know he's got some ERA problems. His strikeout stuff hasn't been there. So give me the over in that one if I was going to play a side. Next up, Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Cleveland Guardians. Another one here where Gavin Williams has been super dependent on strikeout stuff. I mean, dude has been rolling 11, 11, 11, and 12 on the Ks. He's going to be hard to hit, but this is a Diamondbacks team that hasn't really struck out much here as of late. They're hitting the ball well. They've got a plus 4.5 on the run differential, huge edge. They've been slamming the ball the last 2 weeks. Look, they got another win today. They did one the other day, two back-to-back wins. We're not on them today, but we were on them yesterday. They got to Messick, which surprised me. This Diamondbacks team's playing really well. Merrill Kelly is playing much better ball as of late. 1 and run 2-0. I mean, if he comes out here and does more of that tomorrow, I think it's going to be hard to beat these Diamondbacks with the bats. I'm not a big fan of betting this game, but if I was to pick a side, I'm going to have to ride with the hot bats here in the Arizona Diamondbacks. Next up, we have the Chicago White Sox taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. I do think the Rays get this thing done over the full game. But part of me wants to take the White Sox for the value here. Look, there's no huge edge on the run differential. There's a 3-headed monster with Murakami, Montgomery, and Vargas right now when it comes to hitting the long ball, power numbers, contact numbers, all of those different edges. We know that the White Sox have been like right around middle of the pack in the MLB when it comes to hitting righties and lefties. They don't really struggle on either side of the plate, but neither does the Rays. They're hitting well. They're top 5 against righties. Anthony Kay is a lefty. He has struggled on the road at times. I trust the Rays bullpen a little bit more than the White Sox, but the White Sox still have a really solid bullpen here. So for me, I know the engine edge is just slightly towards the Tampa Bay Rays. Part of me said, hey, look, I think the Rays can get it done, just for the simple fact that Griffin Jax has been a better pitcher overall throughout the season, in my opinion, over Anthony Kay. But he has had some starts where he's got up. That Red Sox game where he gave up 7 earned runs. I think the Chicago White Sox have just as talented bats, if not better than the Red Sox. So for me, I feel this game is one of those Vegas trappy lines where they're hoping you bet the side of the Rays here. I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, to see the Rays win this one. But for me, in a coin flip game, I would want to have more money paying me out if I'm going to bet 100 to get 128 versus betting 100 and maybe getting paid out. What is that, 65? So yeah, go ahead and give me the White Sox here on the money line, and we'll keep it moving. Next one up here, I do believe an edge is in this game. The Mets are in sell mode. They're going to be shipping some guys out. The deadline is Monday, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some things go on tomorrow, even before this game starts, or some guys not playing that they're going to try and deal. Mets do have an edge on the run differential, but we've seen that kind of dial back over the last couple games. They were hot. But look, they're out of it. They know they're out of it. This Miami Marlins team, they are not out of it. They're playing really well. They still have, their eyes on the NL East here. Sandy Alcantara has been really, really good over the course of the season, I would say. I know he's had a couple games where he's gotten peppered. But look, I like Sandy Alcantara. I think he's one of the better pitchers in this rotation. Minus 116. I see some value there against a Mets team that is in sell mode. And for me, it's the Miami Marlins tomorrow. They have started to play a little bit better baseball over the last couple games after breaking that losing streak of 12 straight. So for me here, it would be the Miami Marlins, and there's been some sharp money moving in on that, pushing the line as well. So go ahead and give me the Miami Marlins at minus 116 on the money line. Next up, Pittsburgh Pirates, Cincinnati Reds. For me, I don't trust the Reds bullpen, but I also don't trust Mitch Keller over the first 5 innings. I don't really want to lay 2 runs on a first 5 innings game, so I'm going to have to believe in the Reds bullpen to get this thing done. So go ahead, give me the Reds with their +1 on the run differential. Chase Burns, who has been good. He hasn't given up a lot of sharp contact. He's had 3 games in a row where he's given up less than 1 earned run. Obviously this one here against Cleveland doesn't count. Didn't really pitch, but Seattle, that other game against Cleveland, game against Philly, he still managed his way around, even with the 3 earned runs against Philly. I think Chase Burns does enough to get this thing done. Give me the Reds on the money line. Next up, Rangers Houston. For me, I'm going to have to believe in Peter Lambert. He's been consistent. Kumar Rocker has not. The Houston Astros continue to show up in this series when I didn't think that they would at times, with some of the pitcher advantages to the Rangers, as well as their ability to hit lefties. But that ability to hit lefties is kind of dialed back this month just a touch. They're still number 4 in the league when it comes to hitting lefties. But once again, this is a righty pitcher in Lambert who's been very consistent. There's a +2.5 on the run differential with the Astros. I'm going to go with the Astros here at minus 122. Next up, Yankees, Cubs. Garrett Cole, in my opinion, is the better pitcher. I know Colin Rea has a sub 4 ERA in Wrigley. He's played really well this season compared to what he did last season. But for me, man, I'm going to believe. I know Cody Bellinger's probably not playing, but the bats for the Yankees have kind of woken up here recently. I do know that the Cubs have a better offense at the moment. Bregman's hitting it well, Suzuki, Pete Crow. So the offense is there for the Cubs. The plus money is very enticing. This is one of those other games, kind of like we talked with the Phillies and the Orioles, where it could go really either way. The books kind of priced the logo here. I feel like this game should be more minus 110. Shouldn't really be a plus money on the board. So here for the value, it would be the Cubs, I think, on the Cubs side of things. But as far as a green slip goes, I do think the Yankees do enough with Garrett Cole. This feels like a Garrett Cole bounce back, or I should say streak. He had a really good outing in his last one. It's been a while since he's strung games together. So I think this is one of those spots where he will string something together on a Cubs team that does go quiet at times. We just saw that the other day in a 2-0 loss. So give me the New York Yankees here with minus 126 on the money line. They'll get it done tomorrow. Keep it moving. Next up, Royals taking on the Rockies. I do want to show you one thing with the Royals here. The Royals are number 7 in the MLB hitting lefties. I don't love Lugo. He's had some spots where he's really struggled this season, but Kyle Freeland is one of my auto fades when it comes to a starter. And for me, it would be plus money play here, plus 100 with the Royals, number 7 in the MLB for hitting lefties. Kyle Freeland is a struggling lefty. The Royals hold an edge on the run differential, +1. So go ahead, give me the Royals. I do believe there's an edge there. Books got that one wrong. Next up, Milwaukee in the Miz we trust, man. Lay the -1.5. I know Urena has been a phenomenal pitcher over the course of the last really 10 starts. He's had a couple rough outings, but he doesn't walk a lot. He gets decent strikeout numbers. So for me here, this is going to be a close game. It doesn't correlate. I mean, I think it could go low. It could go under the 7.5, but I believe that the Brewers get this thing done. They have the better offense, +2 on the run differential. They got Jacob Mizorski on the mound. So go ahead, give me the Miz, and we'll keep this thing moving. I'll lay the run line -1.5. Next up, we have the Detroit Tigers with the Oakland A's. Here's another one where the books know a little bit better, and you can tell by the price. This is more of the type of numbers I would have expected out of the Chicago New York game, but I think the Yankees are getting marked up just a slight touch for their logo, even though I do believe that they win tomorrow. Here in this sense, it's -106 to the Tigers, -102. Montero on the mound. I've liked what I've seen out of Montero this season. I know he got hit for 4 earned runs in his last one, but he was playing a tough team in the Baltimore Orioles. They've been very streaky this season. We know the Orioles don't struggle to hit the ball. I mean, like I said, they are streaky. So at times they do struggle to hit the ball. But when they get hot, and they hit them in bunches. And that was just one of those games. But for me, look, Gage Jump played phenomenal in his last outing against Boston. That's a tough team to play so well against. He went 6 innings, 7 Ks. He did walk 4 batters, which is a concern. He had 2 rough outings before that last one. But look, this is a Detroit team that is another shaky team, kind of like the Orioles we just talked about. They can come out and they can generate a lot of runs and they can get a lot of hits, but then they can also go ice cold. We just saw Riley Green yesterday go 0 for 4 in a matchup where he should have been able to get to him, and they just weren't. And that's a top hitter in this lineup. So for me, the Detroit Tigers, who have really struggled against lefties here, they ranked number 27, almost dead last in the MLB. Gage Jump trending in the right direction, in my opinion. I would want to put my money at -102 with the Oakland A's here at Sutter Home, playing better at home. Give me the A's to snap a losing streak here and steal one from the Tigers after today's loss. So give me the A's. Next up, Minnesota taking on the Mariners. Mariners -134, +124 to the Twins. The Twins have played competitive games for the last 2 weeks. They haven't got blown out in a single outing, keeping most of their losses to 1 run, keeping most of their wins to 1 run. 2 walk-off victories against the Royals last week. So here, man, George Kirby, he has shown me he has struggled this season. Whenever I see George Kirby, he's one of those guys on the Mariners I'm not a big fan of. Mariners offense has struggled at times. The run differential is clear to the Twins, +2.5. And that's just because this Mariners team has struggled with their offense. Most of their wins have been generated in lower scoring affairs, good pitching, good bullpen, keeping a lead late in the game, not giving up extra runs, winning games 4-1, 3-2, games of those nature. So for me, it would be give a look at the +1.5 on the Twins. But I also like the money line here. Taj Bradley, 6 strikeouts, 6 innings in his last, no, 10 strikeouts, 6 innings in his last outing. Before that, 5 strikeouts, 7 innings. I mean, Taj Bradley's played really well. They're 4-5 in his last 5 starts, only 1 loss. So for me, I want to be on the Minnesota Twin side of things with the plus money play. Blowout Alert has this thing dead even coin flip. So for me, in a coin flip game, I'm always looking to try to get the most out of my value, most out of my dollars. And that would be the Minnesota Twins for me in this spot, with Taj Bradley playing really well, clear edge on the run differential, as well as the Mariners' bats just haven't really generated a ton of runs. And I think that they can get after George Kirby. This Minnesota Twins team is not atrocious at all against the righties. They're number 7 in MLB. I think this is a spot where there is a clear edge. Vegas is pricing what people think is the favorite, and that's the Mariners. I think there is a path for the Twins to win this thing outright on the money line tomorrow. Give me the Twins +124. Next up, we have Vladimir Root taking on Michael King. I'm almost getting to the point where I'm going to fade Michael King. I just haven't liked what I've seen out of him this season. This is one of those games I'm going to glaze over here. You force me to pick a side, twist my arm, it would be the Giants, but better off no bet. Just see where it goes. Just mark that in your mental bank. I kind of, on a whim would say take the Giants tomorrow. But yeah, no bet. Let's keep it moving. Last game of the night, Boston Red Sox taking on the Dodgers. Dodgers just getting schoolball. Fucking crazy. Yeah, man, I don't know if you guys know who Sports Betting Education is. Friend of mine, we were talking at the last winnable event, and he's got that crazy parlay. If you haven't seen it, go over to his page on Instagram or Twitter or wherever, but check him out. And SBE, dude, he's got this fucking parlay that has the Dodgers to win the World Series. And I texted him. I said, man, I think your odds just got a lot better. And it's like $1,000 to win $1 million. And he needs Texas Tech and the Rams for the Super Bowl. I mean, he's going to be damn close. I think Texas Tech's a shoe-in. I don't really think there's anybody, that they're returning most of their team from last year, and they're upgrading their quarterback play. So we'll see, man. But with that said, they got the Screwball, and that was my point, is that his parlay needs the Dodgers to win the World Series. Screwball's only going to add that. Yamamoto hasn't played like an ace he's played like an ace, but I don't think he's played to the level like he played last year in 2025. So getting Screwball in that rotation, take a little bit of pressure off the Otani starts. I think that, man, this Dodgers team is something to watch out for. I called the Brewers potentially being able to win the World Series just because the Dodgers bullpen had not looked that great over the last couple weeks. But I don't know if anybody's going to be able to push the Dodgers now with Screwball on the bump for these guys with the offense that they have backing those pitchers up. So, yeah, give me the Los Angeles Dodgers tomorrow, first 5 innings. I'm not in love with the money line, but that would be the play for me. I think the Dodgers, with that trade, with that energy, Sheehan playing a little bit better over his last couple starts. Jake Bennett still trying to figure out his MLB, flow and rhythm. I think he can get got against this experienced Dodgers defending champions team. So yeah, but yeah, man, like I said, tap in, lock in the descriptions play. That's the show. If you want my plays, they're in the descriptions tab. Lock in there, click on the winnable link, use code word EDGE, save the day. That's it, man. Kind of just went through the show for you guys, gave you some leans, gave you some edges, talked you through the slate. Some days it's better not to bet everything. I don't bet everything every day. I just give you my leans and my takes to help you make better, more informed decisions. Somewhere, if you're curious about what I think about the game, maybe where I would go or where I would bet it, what the data says, and you can get this same data. Sign up for sportsfbi.com today. Click the link in the descriptions tab. I'll see y'all next time. And the one way, book it. See you next time.